This is a continuation of the tour in Prague. Overnight we stayed in Hotel Occidental Praha. In Prague we stayed for 2 nights. And then before I proceed, I just wanted to share with you the astronomical clock over there in the church and how it sounded. On the third day of our tour, we got up, had breakfast, and then got into a tram to see the Prague castle. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, it is one of the largest coherent castle complex in the world. It has got Gothic modifications and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's an ancient castle, around 70,000 square meters, and it was built by Bohemian kings. It is the official seat of President of Czech Republic, so it is guarded by the guards, and we were lucky to witness the change of guards that happens every hour. So this was a ceremonial changing of the guard in the medieval castle every hour from 7 to 8 p.m. in summer. And the reason is to defend the seat of the President of the Czech Republic at the Prague castle. And since we were there at the exact time, we were able to witness the change of guard, and this is a part of the Prague castle. It was so huge and very beautifully built, and it had a big church inside, and the sculptures and the paintings inside, they were awesome. We were breathless when we saw that. It was so big, and you can also just have a look of the statues which were there, which were so beautiful. And we spent an hour in that, looking at the interior of the church in the castle. You can also have a look by yourself. It has stained glass paintings as well as beautiful sculptures everywhere. Since we had time to enter as per the entry ticket, we took a photo near the entry gate of the beautiful church. See the carved doors over there. On top, what you find as a cone like structure is called as a cupola. They were made of copper, so they reacted with the atmosphere and they had turned greenish in color, so they are called copper cupolas. And inside we had lot of beautiful carved things on the wall. Very, very big sculptures, elaborately carved and beautifully made of marble as well as by wood, all can be seen inside the church. And we had a picture of somebody kept in state over there. We didn't notice the name, it must be of some pope, we assume. You can enjoy yourself by looking at the high vaulted ceiling and then the organ and then the panels and the paintings on the glass windows. Everything was marvelous and very nicely kept by the government over there, and this was a route map of the church. We were really breathless when we entered the church, which had beautiful stained glasses at the side. You can also have a look at them. And this is a black granite statue kept on a high pedestal, and these are the high vaulted ceiling with the Gothic architecture. You can see the symmetry of the church building, and these are the stained glass windows. Each and every piece was looking so good. Look at the beautiful Gothic style architecture. What a beautiful sight to look at. There were a lot of people inside the church when we went. The greenish cupolas were the specific unique feature of this church, and the ceiling was very high with lot of decoration, and these were the jewels of the crown. That is, whenever the king was coronated, these things were taken out, otherwise they were all kept very safely inside a room. It was a Saint Vita's cathedral which we went inside, and these were the cross and Jesus Christ at the side of the church. On the whole, it was a very serene and calm atmosphere, and we also sat there and prayed for a while before coming out. We enjoyed the architecture also, and we enjoyed the ambience also. It was a very good place to visit. So everybody was so happy after visiting the Prague church and castle. After the church, we went to the big square. It was so huge, surrounded by buildings, and then there was a place for restroom, etc. And this was a photo taken from the Golden Lane through which we came out of the palace, and all the houses were ancient and they were red roofed. While we walked down the red lane, I took the photograph of all these iron statues, and everywhere the floor was cobbled. And this is what the Golden Lane which I was talking about, where people are walking. At the side of the Golden Lane there were small rooms showing the room of masons and kitchen, etc. Everything was kept clean and in a very neat way. And this was the door which was highly carved over there. And this is the kitchen where they still preserve the barrels and the cooking utensils, etc. And this was the room of the iron smith. We could see poverty there. People who did not have enough money, they played on the guitar on the way wherever we went, and they were looking for people to donate for them. After finishing the Prague castle and the Golden Lane, we came down and then we waited for our bus. And this was the road where we were standing. You can see a lot of trams plying here and there. They have a very good tram service there. Just on the opposite side, we saw a huge mountain which had been cut. We waited for the bus to take us for lunch in a mall this time.
See the pinkish building? Yes. This is Palladium. It's one of the, always tourists come over here. On the second level is the...
Our tour manager, Miss Marina, was giving us instructions to go to the second level in the Palladium Mall for lunch. And here I should talk about the food what we ate. It was a different thing this time. This time we had burgers, vegetable burger as well as the non-veg burger, and then we had some rice also with dal and some snacks, and then some cold drinks. This is a Palladium with 200 shops. Here one of our Indians is owning a shop. His name was Mr. Jayant, and he owns 3 restaurants there in Prague. We ate in all the 3 of them. So previous day night we ate in one of his restaurants. The food was really very good, and he really took care of each and every one of our needs, and then he supplied whatever we asked him. He is Mr. Jayant, who is a successful businessman in Prague, running a very big Indian restaurant. He had a very huge area in the mall reserved for the Indian restaurant. We enjoyed the veg burger and juice and mango ice cream and rice and dal. So everywhere we went, we had decent food from Indian restaurant that was taken care of by Miss Marina. She arranged for proper rest, restrooms and proper food, etc. Wherever we went, she did her job very well. And this is a street outside that mall. We just came out of the restaurant and then we just walked around. It had very different types of buildings. There were shops in the mall, but they were a bit expensive, so we didn't buy anything. We just went around and enjoyed for 1 hour, and then we came and sat in our buses after a good lunch. From there, now we had to go to the other place called KARLOVY Vary. KARLOVY Vary means Charles Baths, it seems. King Charles IV, he beautified this place, and one day when he was here, he took an expedition, and then when he entered the forest, accidentally they came across a hot spring. And the water of the hot spring, it healed the wound of the king. He had a wound in the leg and that got healed. So he was really surprised, and then they started developing this place. So this place has been named after the King Charles IV, who found out the spa here. So it is a place full of spas, hot springs and cold springs, which has got some medicinal properties. It has got some chemicals as well as some healing property. It is the most visited spa city in the Eastern Europe, and it was developed by King Charles IV, the King of Bohemia. So it was the place itself was named after him. That's why we call this KARLOVY Vary. UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has many hot springs and cold springs. It is 106 kilometers west of Prague. So we had to travel for some time from Prague to reach this place. It is at the confluence of 3 rivers, Ohre, Tepla and Rotava. You can see the welcoming signboard over there on top of the video. It is the most visited town in Czech Republic, we heard. These springs have dissolved minerals and lot of chemicals which have the healing effect. When we walked through, we found a good coffee shop over there. So we bought a cup of coffee and then we were enjoying there in a nice picturesque view. And then one of our friends, he is a doctor, he took the photo and then he told me very clearly that you should say that it was taken by Dr. Girish when you put it in the YouTube. So I have done my job, and thank you so much, doctor. And this is how it was. There was a brook kind of a thing, or we can say a small rivulet running. On either side you had shops. There was a small pond surrounded by a lot of different plants, and almost every building over there was looking with the same peach color painting. You could see the atrium and shopping centers, etc. At the side of the road, lot of artists were selling their caricatures, and they were also making on the spot caricatures for people who were interested. and this was another pathway through which we can walk and go to the other side of the KARLOVY Valley. So on the whole, it was a beautiful place, and Miss Marina gave us almost 2 hours to go around and spend time there. We walked for a little, bought some souvenirs, and then we sat over there for a little time and relaxed. And as I told you, this is a place of spas, and this is one of the spa which you can see at the side with the flags at the side. And this was a church which was found at the side of the pathway. And one interesting thing I saw, one big bottle shape of a thing was converted into a shop selling some drinks, etc. And this I found it very unique, so I just took a photograph of that while crossing the road. This was there on the opposite side. At the side of the road there were a lot of shops, and then the horse carriage was found everywhere, as you see in Eastern Europe, and the horses were well fed and they were looking very healthy. It was a nice experience to travel in the horse carriage. People go around the place either by walk or by this horse ride, or some people go by tram also. You got every means of transport there in that place. We also sat and relaxed and enjoyed the place, as we had enough time to go back to the bus. And everywhere you can see the cobbled stone floor only. Very neat and clean, no dirt and no kachada, nothing. It was all looking good. Since it is a UNESCO protected area, there are no factories found here. The main income of the place, we heard, was from tourism. We found an ice cream shop. People were enjoying, even if it was a bit cold. People enjoyed. But here the weather was far better than Berlin. It was not that chill, very cold. And almost every house had a red roof, all ancient houses. That is the style of this place, we heard. And we also had places for restroom, etc. here. After relaxing and enjoying the place, we went back to our buses. On the whole, it was a relaxing and enjoyable experience, and you can see the toy train taking people around this area, KARLOVY Valley. So that would have been another experience, but we just preferred to walk. Only then we thought we can feel the place. Some people are going by this horse carriage also. We sat, relaxed and enjoyed and watched all the shops, did some window shopping and saw these horse rides, everything. And then we got into the bus. Then we had to go for dinner at the Indian restaurant, again owned by Mr. Giant only. But this Indian restaurant was not so good as it was the previous night and the lunch at the mall. This was a very mediocre place. The food was also not great. We couldn't enjoy much, but still we got something to eat Indian food. So we thanked Marina and see the greenery of the place. Wherever we went in Eastern Europe, the entire place was so good. And you can see the yellow flowers which I said is used for producing biogas. So this way we travelled for around 1 hour, and then we reached Prague. Again we got back into our hotel, Occidental Praha, slept there over the night, and then next day morning we had to leave for Olomac. About that which I will share in the next video. And thanks for watching my video. I enjoy my travel experiences being shared with you all, and also I want to maintain this as a record, because as and when we grow older we tend to forget things, to where we went, what all we saw, etc. So this will serve as a record for me and my family, and we can sit and in the leisurely times and enjoy the scenic beauty of East Europe. That is the intention of these videos, and I hope you all liked it. And those who cannot visit, they thanked me over the phone that you took us all along Eastern Europe through your videos, and my sincere thanks to them too. And thank you, and see you in my next video in Olomac. And enjoy the yellow plants, fields everywhere. We felt as if we are traveling in India and Punjab. It looks like mustard seeds. Beautiful view and very pleasing to the eyes.